Hello friends, today I'm going to make a video for creating a form from Google Sheet. Okay, so basically in this tab, this form tab, we have the basic information for the form. So the title of the form, description of the form, and if this form is needed to collect email information, and confirmation message if you need to add, and if the form is created, you will have a link to the form. Okay, so this is basic information for the form, and for the questions, and you can add all these kind of types, item types in these questions. So basically, you configure your form line by line, and you can add the sections to separate your forms. So here I just add all the types of the questions and try to run this function to create a form. So basically, this is a must-have columns A and column B. And if you select the choices and the checkbox, since these questions will need to have the options, so you will have to add the options here, and these options are separated by comma. And if the choices are two-dimensional, like the choice grid and the checkbox grid, you need to have the first part for the rows and the second part for the columns. Okay, the row were separated by the semicolon, and the columns are also separated by semicolon as well. Okay, the required is if you need to set the question is a required question, you can choose this to yes. And let's try to run this. It's need a while. Okay, so the form has been created. Go to this link. So this is your form, and this is the title, description. So since I checked the required email, so it's collect the email address. So this is the email address. Oops. And short answer in paragraph, and the help task is also here, like I get from here. So the help text, and next one is a section. Okay, so let's go to next page. So this is the second section here. You have the multi-choice, MC 1, 2, 3, 4, and checkboxes, checkbox 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have the drop downs 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have this scale 1 to 10. If you can here, you can set it to two numbers, okay, and separate the numbers by comma. It will give you this scale. And also this is a choice grid, rows, columns, okay, and the checkbox grid, rows, columns. Let's go to next page. And here you have the date and time, and date time. Okay, so once you submit, you will have this confirmation message, which is in here. Okay, so basically you can configure almost I think it's 90% of the form in this tool. So if you'd like to use this tool, you only need to go to File, make a copy to your Google Drive, and you will be able to use it. And next time I'm going to show you how to build this tool if you're interested. All right. So first, let's make a copy of this tool. Create form from Google Sheet. Let's add a new here. Great. So once you copied this file, the script will also be copied to this new file. So we can close this old one, and we can also remove this form here. So the form will be created under the same folder in this tool. Okay. So this is a new one. If you go to the Tools Script Editor, you can find the code here. Okay, all the code are here. So let's get rid of it and try to build a new one. So first thing I need to show you, I defined some ranges in this spreadsheet for the title, as you can see for the title, for the URL. So all these cells are defined with a name, so we can use it in our code. And also I have also defined a name here for the form data. Okay, so the question is A1, so is this one. So in our code, first I need to build a function to get the data, get form data. Okay, so this function will retrieve the data from this questions sheet. Okay, since we have a reference cell here named form data, okay, we can use it. So that's for access for spreadsheet app get active, and for data, so the data will be access get range. The range will be form data. So this form data range is this range is question A1. Okay, and get sheet. So this sheet is a question sheet. You also can use another function like SS get range by name, get sheet by name. Sorry, get sheet by name, get sheet by name, and you name it. You put the questions here. This is the sheet name. Or sometimes some people change the name, change the sheet name, so you will not get the sheet. So I use this way. Since this is defined in the spreadsheet, normally people will not change the name. So they change the sheet name. We still can find this sheet in our code. Okay, this is a better way to do it. And get data range, get values, and we're going to return this data. So if you want to check the data, what is this in this data, we can do a log for data. Let's try to see it, what is inside the data. Get from data. Let's run it. Advanced. Allow. Okay, so here is the data, all the data. So this data is a two-dimensional array. So this is a row. This is the first row. The row is an array. Okay, so we can use this data later. And the next function we're going to build is a function to create a form. Okay. So here we are going to use form app API. So var form. Let's try to create a form app. Create. So here is the title. So let's get the title. Title, var title. Let's refer to the spreadsheet get active, and so the title will be access get range. Range is title. Remember, I named the range for title, for title description, and collect email confirmation message like that. Okay, so title will be get value and var description get range description get value, and the next one is collect email. Collect email. Get collect email. Oh, not get collect email. Get range. Collect email. Value. For confirmation message will be message. Okay. And message get range message get value. Okay, so I think that's the information we're going to need. So we have created a form with a title, and we're going to set as a description, collect email, and a message. Okay, so form set description with description, and we're going to check if collect email is equal to yes, then we're going to form.set collect email to true, and if message is not equal to empty, we're going to form set confirmation message with message. Okay, so basically this is the basic information for the form. So we're going to return the form. So this is as the basic information for this form, and we're going to add the data, add the questions to this form. Okay, so let's build a function add questions. And not return here. So we're going to run this function add questions form. So we're going to have this form here. I should build this function first. So alright, so form. Let's do the data first. So the data will be get form data. So this is array from the questions sheet. Okay. So we're going to loop through this data. So for row number, will be the data length, right, for var I equal to 1. So here the data is an array which starts from 0. So for the 0 is a header line, so we don't need to do anything here. So we start from the first one, so it actually starts from the row 2, okay? I less than row number and I plus plus. So that's for type. So type will be data I, and the type is in column 1. So in array, it start from 0, so it's 0. So remember to -1 for the column index. I'm going to have more things. Type title, help text, title, help text, and required, and the last one is options, data I. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the options, we're going to split it with comma, okay? So this is the rule. So if you want to use another separator, you can change it in the code. So we require to do this for this required option. So if it's equal to yes, so set the required to true. Okay. So if it's not equal to yes, we're going to set the required to false, or required false. Required false. Okay, so that's the basic information. So we can all right. So we get all this information for the line, and here we're going to add this add item. Okay, we're going to do a switch here, switch type. So case, the first one, short answer. So if it's short answer, what we're going to do here, we're going to add item, add short answer, add a short answer, add short, add, not short answer, okay, add a text item. Let's do a var here, var item equal to form, and item set title will be title, and set help text will be, let's rename this text, help text to test. Okay, and set required to let's also rename this required to enabled. Okay, so we can use these parameters here. So that's it for this short answer. Let's do a very quick test to make sure this works. Okay, so let's try to run this create form function. Okay, since we are using another API for the form app API, so we need to give the authorization for this new API. Anything wrong? Okay. Range not found. Tag. Okay. This is not title. Save and run again. Create form. Nothing happened here. Get form data is not defined. Get. Okay. A lot of typos. Get from data. Get from data. Okay. That's why we need to do a test first. Okay, it's done. And nothing happens here. So basically, I think that okay, it's created in the root folder. Which one is the correct one? Alright, so it looks like it's working. Okay, here, character email address is a yes, right? So for the short answer, it's created, right? So we all need to do the other types, okay? So let's do the second one, the paragraph. Actually, we can copy this and change this to paragraph and simply change this. Add text item to add paragraph text item. Just as simple. Okay. And for the next one, I think is section. Okay. So okay, section. So for section, what are we going to do? Is pretty simple like this. So write into add page. Add a page break item. I think is this one. An item subtitle. No. Okay, I think it's no set required. So set help text. All right. So we only need to add the title and the help text. The section is done. Let's do this multiple choice. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's multiple choice. Let's copy these lines. So add multiple choice item. So I think it's this one. So for this one, it's a little bit different. So item dot add. Don't need to delete these two lines. And item add set, not add. So since this is a choice, we can set the choice values here. So we're going to get the values. So this values is from these options, okay? Since we already handled these options and split these values with this separated comma, so this option is already an array. So we only need to replace these values with options. All right. So save it. And the next one is checkboxes. So it's very similar to the multiple choice. Let's copy this and add checkbox item. So set title, set text, and set the choice values. Seems the same. And the next one is drop down. Okay, drop downs is very similar to the checkbox. So just copy paste, and I'm going to add drop down item. No drop down. What is that? Add list items. Okay, I don't know why they named another name here. So better be careful. Next one is case what? Okay, this here is a little bit different, and for let's also code this. So add scare, okay, scare item. So set title, set help text, you no need to change, and just set the boundary. This is bonus. Okay, we have a lower and then we have upper. The lower will be as for lower. So the lower will be the first element in the array in the options. Okay, and the upper will be the second one in the array. So options 0, but this is not a number, it's a string, so it's a string number, so we need to parse it to a number. So parse int. Let's also do the upper will be parse int options. And you can add more things here. I think we can also add the set label. Okay, you also can set a label screen here. Let's do. So if you want to add the function to add the label, you also can add the label here. Build label lower and upper. You can do something like that. So I will leave it for you guys to try it. Just remove this line for the labels. Okay. So case next one is okay, multiple choice grid. So for this one is a little bit different. We copy this line. Alright, so add multiple choice item. No, this one. What is name? Choice grid. Add choice grid. Checkbox grid. Add grid. Okay. Add grid items. His name is totally different with this multiple choice grid. So add the title, add the text. No need to change. So we don't need to set rows, and we also need to set columns. Okay, here the rows and columns are two. Here you can see we separate the options with comma. So the first one will be the row. Okay, so the second one is a column. So this is the rule we are defined in our template. So for our rows, remember, so it's options. So the first element is 0. We're going to split it with a semicolon. Okay. And for columns, options 1, split it with semicolons, semicolon. So here we add the rows and columns. Okay. And the checkbox grid is very similar to this one, so just copy case. And this one, add checkbox grid item, set the title, set the text, and the rows, columns, set rows and set columns. Okay, to go. And the section is already done, so we're going to set the date, time, and date time. It's pretty the same. Let's copy this one, much easier. So add date item, set as a text and set as a title, set as a title and set as text. In case for this one is time, and add time item, I think. Okay, and case date time. Yo, delete this one. Add date time item. Alright, set the title and set the text. Alright, so we go through each of these, and I think all of them are already set up in the script, and we're going to run this one more time, and we delete these two files here. Alright, so let's try to create this form. No typo, please. It's running. Alright, so no errors, that's good. Where's my file? Okay, disk here. Okay, short answer paragraph, and the section we have the multiple choice and checkbox looks good. Drop downs. Okay, this drop downs looks weird. Okay, it's drop down, and you have the scale here. So if you need to add label in the code, you can. Let me show you how to. So here, so this is the label is optional. Let me say lower, so upper. So it will be looks like a little bit different. Okay, you get the email, the name. Let's do next. Let's check. So okay, you have the label. Okay, if you'd like to use it, you can try to change my code. Okay, and so it's great. It's great. And the checkbox great. Right. So the date, time, and date time. And you're gonna submit. And here is. Okay, I think I didn't set the confirmation message is wrong. There is no confirmation message here. I forgot about it. No. Confirmation. Okay, here it should be not equal to empty. So if this message is not empty, we're going to set the confirmation message here. Alright. So far everything looks good, and we're going to handle this file. So this file is always created in the root drive. We need to move it to our folder. So we're going to handle this next. So remove it first. So after we add the questions to this form, we're going to remove the form. Okay, so for folder. So this folder will be any folder you'd like to move. So here I'm going to move this file to the same folder where I put this tool. Okay, so let's create a form. create a form from Google Sheet. So I'm going to put this file in this folder. So folder will be get file by ID. The ID will be ss.getID, and we're going to get a parent folder. Get a parents. So next. So the next is the folder. So this is the folder. I'm going to put this file and the folder.add file. File will be okay. Drive app. So let's do a file. WAV file. Drive app. Get file by ID. The ID will be template. Not template. Form. Get ID. Okay. So this is a form file, and we're going to add this file to the folder and remove it from the root drive. Remove file. And finally, we're going to add the URL to this URL here. Okay, here I'm using a hyperlink function if you'd like to use it. So in this example, I'm going to add this, just add the URL there. Get range. So URL set value will be the form get what kind of URL. So there is an added URL you can use. So we're going to add a published URL. Alright, and if we're going to give information for the end users. Just your form has been graded. Okay, so pretty much everything is code, and we're going to add the function to the menu and create form. Let's do the open function. Open get UI create menu name it scripts, and I'm going to add an item. So this item just one simple item, create new form, and the function will be create form f2ui. Save it and run this open function to add the menu to this spreadsheet. Okay, we already have one since we are copied from the old one. Okay, since here we just use the Drive app API, so it ask me to give it for the authorization, the new API key. API, okay, advanced, and go to the create form, allow. Alright, so we have the function here, create a new form. Let's change the title. Apps script form. Form or by apps script description, copy and paste, confirmation message. Okay, delete this one, and we're going to try this one. So here, no file. Okay, here's a link, and here's a file. Go to this link. Right, so this is your email address. So this short answer test. Next one. Alright, everything look good. And confirmation message. Alright, so that's basically almost everything here. And you also can add more stuff in the form. Just go to the API reference and go to the form API. Okay, the form app API. Here you most all the kind of stuff are here. You also added the other stuff like the quiz feedback and all the stuff in the Google form. You can add it from the spreadsheet, I think. So I just built the basic function for this tool, so you can use your imagination and do whatever you want to do. Alright, so that's it for today's video, and then I will share this tool to you guys, and I'll see you next time. See you, bye bye.